everyone, Lindsay here with part 2 of the introduction of the Mia robot to our West Henrietta facility. Today, I'm going to share with you the rules of the road. These questions and answers were provided by our continuous improvement team. These are things that we need to remember and some we need to act on. Shall we get started? I'm a man-up driver. What should I do when I encounter the robot? The answer is, let the robot pass. In some cases, you may need to back up to let the robot pass. Keep in mind the robot needs at least 5 feet in order to pass successfully. What should I do if I encounter the robot and I'm pushing my cart or I'm just walking by with a pallet? Let the robot pass. Make sure you stay 5 feet on either side to let the robot go through. What were to happen if the robot drops lenses on its way to its mission? There's 2 things that we could do in this case. One, we could pick up the items and give them to our QIC team to investigate, or you can pick them up and approach the robot. The robot will stop. You can then put the lenses back on the robot and the robot will correct itself and continue with its mission. What would happen if I see some debris on the floor that could prohibit the robot from moving forward? It's easy. It's everyone's responsibility to keep the facility clean, robot or no robot. What happens to the robot if we lose power? That robot will need to be reset by either our facilities team or our engineering team at that time, because the robot does run on Wi-Fi. And once the Wi-Fi goes down, it needs to get restarted. What happens if a robot does not have enough room to pass? Well, the robot will try to maneuver around the obstruction, but if not, the robot will just come to a stop and return back to its home base. The stopping distance for the robot, it is 5.5 feet away from the obstruction, and it's very smooth and happens very quickly. You may see the robot flashing different colors throughout its mission, or maybe it's just stopped right in the path and you want to know why. Here are the color legends. If you see the robot flashing dark blue, that means it's all clear. If you see the robot flashing light blue, that means it's all clear, but it is being manually driven by someone in our continuous improvement team. If you see the robot flashing green, that means the robot has reached its destination. If you see the robot flashing blue and white, that means the robot is planning its path. If you see the robot flashing yellow, those are its turning signals. If you see the robot flashing red, that means emergency stop and it will correct on its own. If you see the robot flashing purple, that means it cannot pass, but there is something blocking the way, but it will eventually correct on its own. If you see the robot flashing purple and yellow, you need to contact the continuous improvement team. It's because there has been some type of error. One thing to know is if you see that the lights are not consistent on both sides, meaning the left side is blue, the right side is red, you need to contact the continuous improvement team so they can see what's going on. Now, I just want to summarize between this video and the last video, just some important key takeaways. I'm not quizzing on this, so you won't have to remember this when I come up to you and ask. But here are the key takeaways that are most important. 1, the robot will always have the right of way when traveling. Please use patience and let the robot pass. 2, The man-up driver may have to maneuver at least 5 foot around the robot, or might even have to back up to let the robot pass. 3. The robot will need a minimum of 5 feet on either side in order to complete its mission. 4. The robot will not be able to see anything that's 4 feet or lower to the ground. This is why it's very important for you to pick up any debris that you may see, not only for the robot, but for the safety of your coworkers. 5. The robots may be traveling in pedestrian walkways at some points. Who have watched my video a few weeks ago, you may have remembered when I said that the robots will be active the 1st to 2nd week of June. Unfortunately, there was a few issues that our continuous improvement team has had to work through, but the good news is that those issues have been resolved and they're just finishing up testing, so we should see these robots very soon. So please just help us out by following the rules of the road and educating yourself on the Mir robot. This is just one of the awesome pieces of technology in our facility, and we are all very excited to see what else we could bring into the site. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much for your attention, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!